South African Human Rights Commission has found that Julius Malema's comments do not constitute hate speech. This is after a probe into 5 complaints of hate speech made by various parties at EFF events, and that would happen between 2016 and last year. eNCA reporter Tshegohaco Moagi has that story for us. She's in the newsroom. What were the nature then, Tshegohaco, of these complaints?
Good afternoon, Jeremy. Yes, the main complaints that were actually filed against the EFF leader Julius Malema, and actually the other member that was also seen to have that had a complaint against him was Tshegohaco, also of the EFF leadership, and just as mainly things about the utterances that the EFF leader Julius Malema had said during rallies most of the time. We do remember one of the main ones, it being what he said about white people being slaughtered, and then adding in there will not be slaughtered for now. So that is one of the utterances that came out of one of his rallies. And he also spoke a lot about Indians twice already. 2 of the complaints that came out were about his utterances against Indians, saying that Indian people have got privileges and that they should not be treating black people, according to him, the way that they are currently. And the Human Rights Commission, Jeremy, really just saying that none of these utterances are meant to cause any harm, and that we need to constantly be thinking about the context of where any of these utterances and any of this actually comes from when the EFF leader Julius Malema is actually speaking during his rally. So it's not necessarily just about the one clip, and it's something that they also really spoke extensively about, saying that we need to stop worrying about the one clip that is actually circulating all the time on social media, and rather think more about the context of where his utterances actually come from. And then it upsets a certain group of people when they find just the one sentence or the one phrase of what he has said within a particular speech. So it's a whole speech that they take into consideration. They considered all 5 of the complaints, and today they just consolidated all of them.
So just summarize the findings for me very quickly.
Well, Jeremy, the main findings was that none of the utterances made by the EFF leader Julius Malema were actually at the threshold of hate speech. So none of them were actually hurtful. None of them showed to have been hate speech, the utterances that he had made. And also the tweet that was actually sent out by Tshegohaco calling the DA leader Mmusi Maimane a garden boy. They said that that also might have been hurtful, but it does not constitute hate speech at this point in time. And they did also speak extensively, Jeremy, about the fact that they take things as a legal perspective and not just emotionally. They are aware that a lot of people could be quite upset about their findings today, but they are saying that it is not an emotional decision that they have taken. It is more constitutional and lawful.
Has there been any response yet from the EFF?
Well, I did have a very brief conversation with the EFF spokesperson, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, and he just gave me details saying that they will be releasing a statement later, but they do welcome the findings at this stage. They are still going to be going through it and releasing an extensive statement at a later stage today, though.
Tshegohaco Moagi, thank you.